What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie. Today we are going to be going through insane Reddit ghost stories from the Reddit r ghost stories. I feel like that's self-explanatory, but you get the idea. So this one is my sister had a freaky paranormal experience. My sister told me this story years ago. Basically what happened was she was sleeping one night to be woken up by being lifted in the air by a spirit. My sister said the room was ice cold. She couldn't move at all, and all she could do was scream for my mother. To this day, my mom swears she didn't hear anything. I'm pretty sure your sister had sleep paralysis. When it comes to stories like this where you get woken up by a spirit, I always have a bit of skepticism because there are a lot of actual disorders or conditions that cause issues upon waking. If you've been awake for a little while, you get up, you move around, that kind of stuff, I'm a lot less skeptical of. That being said, I'm also very skeptical of anything when people say they're being lifted. Ghosts don't usually have the energy to fully lift up the body of a human. Phantom Church. Over 2 years ago, I was working for DoorDash. It is 10 p.m., pretty late, and I get an order to be delivered at a church out in the sticks. You know this person is southern when you say out in the sticks. Anyway, or boondocks. We like our boondocks too. So I go pick up the order and I get to the church and a person dressed in all white meets me outside to take the order. They tell me thank you and I tell them to have a good night. So the next day I'm door dashing and I get another order in the same location, and when I get there to deliver the order, the church is gone, and instead is a really nice all white house. I asked the owner of the house if there used to be a church on this property, and they told me yeah, but it burned down in the late 1880s. And it just made me wonder how a phantom church or ghost was able to order from DoorDash. I'm calling bullshit. It is unlikely that a ghost ordered DoorDash. DoorDash. My brother in Christ. Ghosts are not going to order DoorDash. I've never heard of that. I don't think I'll ever hear of that again. That seems more like you were very high. And also just like, again, what fucking ghost is ordering DoorDash? Knock knock. The title, it's just knock knock. I'm not sure if anybody is going to believe this, but I know for a fact that it's true, and so does my sister. Well, good for you and your sister, I guess. My sister and I were at school one day, and my parents said that we had to either go to our friend's house or stay home after school, and we wanted to go to our friend's house. They locked the house, so we couldn't get in while they were gone. Got bored, so we decided to go back home, but we were locked out, so we checked all the windows, all the doors to see if we could get in. Everything was locked, so my sister and I banged on the door and was like, "Come on, ghosts, let us in." We did that for a good 15 minutes and we couldn't get in, so we left. When our parents got back home, they yelled at us and said, "How the fuck did you get in the house? The front door was unlocked." 12 years go by and I still believe the ghost unlocked it for us. Actually, this one, I do believe. One, it's very common for ghosts to unlock doors. That is door manipulation is a classic ghost phenomena. Doors moving, doors unlocking, doors locking, all of that fun stuff. Doesn't take a lot of energy for a ghost to manipulate a door. It is fairly light, fairly small. That also being said, depending on the ghost, ghosts tend to react a lot more to children of any age. I mean, once you hit like 16 and younger, basically, like, ghosts are far more likely to interact with them. So I do believe this one. That being said, what kind of fucking parents don't give their kids a key when they're like, we're gonna be gone for hours at a time? Oh my god. That's terrible parenting. I'm more concerned about this than that story. Ghosts are real. Parents should probably have had CPS called on them. Don't like that. Haunted hospital toilet. I was visiting my father, who had been staying in hospital for quite some time, so I decided to grab a snack. I ventured to the toilets nearest the cafe, noticing it was eerily quiet, it being 3 p.m. The cafeteria lunch rush was over, so here I am, sitting alone in the middle cubicle of 2 empty toilets in total silence, halfway doing my business, and suddenly I hear a click. And suddenly, I find myself instantly sitting in complete darkness. My eyes are wide open, I'm in shock and utterly freaked out. I'm now rushing to finish, grabbing the toilet paper, trying to pull up my pants, all at the same time telling myself to think rationally and that the lights are on, a timer, and the button has just popped. I fumble with the lock in an absolute sheer panic. This is great storyteller, by the way. Finally open the cubicle door, reaching and feeling for the basins, doing a crab walk along the wall, grabbing desperately for the main door, which felt like an eternity. I latch onto the door handle and fling open the heavy door, pouring the outside light into the room. And there, on the inside of the wall, I see the light switch, and it's not on a timer. It's your standard switch and in the off position. The toilet was located in the older section of the hospital. To make matters worse, my experience was extremely creepy, so bloody terrifying, and somewhat traumatic that I actually feel apprehensive using public bathrooms to this day. I felt as though I was not alone in that bathroom, and I think that's why I got so panicked. Some bloody mischievous entity was having fun with me, it seems. I'm actually scared now just thinking about it. I hope this never happens to me ever again, or to you. That was a very long-winded but very well-told story, I'm not going to lie. I liked that storyteller. That being said, not very surprising. You hear a lot of stories about haunted bathrooms, and it's interesting because people outside the paranormal field, realm, whatever you want to call it, kind of get scoffy about it. Like, I've actually run into a lot of people who just aren't really into it but are like open-minded and we get talking about it, are kind of like, why did everyone talk about bathrooms? Like, why are ghosts in bathrooms? It's fucking weird. Well, there's two reasons ghosts are drawn to bathrooms or tend to stay in bathrooms. One, water, especially running water, can actually amplify spiritual energies. And you see it in a lot of different things, like vampires are said not to be able to cross running water. You'll find a lot of, like, Lorna, sorry, is said, the Wailing Woman of Mexico is said to usually be around rivers and things like that. On top of that, you have a lot of reflective surfaces, which again go back to spiritual energy. Mirrors are said to amplify, reflect energy, also be able to create portals. So you have two big amplifiers in one very small room. It's not so much that the bathroom itself might be haunted as it is that is where ghosts go when they want to be heard. It's like the moth to the flame. Moths don't live in light bulbs, but you'll find them around them a lot, right? Yeah, that's kind of like ghosts. So yeah, sometimes ghosts just want to let you know that they're there. The shaggy ghost dog. This morning, after work, I went to do some errands since I was in Woodhaven, Michigan. I decided to shop at PetSmart and Mears, whatever. Finishing up at Mears, I was putting the groceries in the trunk. Now it was windy and a sunny morning, and it was before 10 a.m. PetSmart opens at 8 a.m. I pick up cat food that I put an order in about 8:30, went to Myers before night, whatever. Went in and out by 9:45 a.m. If there was a big, white, shaggy dog running around in the parking lot, I would have seen it. After shutting car's back door, I proceeded to walk around the back. The wind was really picking up. As I stepped, I came face to face with a white, long-haired dog, and I could see his tongue. What I thought of at first was the dog was really happy, just running. I jumped back because I wasn't expecting a dog to be running towards me. I didn't take my eyes off him, and he was gone. Poof. All I saw in the next second was a long white slip of paper falling to the floor, and then it turned from pure white to dirty white, and the wind immediately calmed down. When it did, the wind wasn't blowing like it did at first. I was shaking because there was dog, and then there was not. There's a lot of spelling errors in this. I hope I interpreted that correctly. I have mixed feelings on this. So, there are a lot of legends about dog spirits. They tend to be omens. You'll see things like the black dog. I've never heard of a white dog, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Also, you have the possible interpretation of animal spirits, not just like actual animal ghosts, but like spirit animals, so to speak. So different cultures have different things, but usually pretty much everyone has some kind of spirit animal attached to them. And so first of all, it could have been that somebody's spirit animal could have been really like, bitch, you need to pay attention. Paper is weird. I don't understand that. She said in the comments that she didn't go and pick it up. She was too freaked out. She just saw the paper and then she kind of left. The correlation with the wind, personally, and the fact that it was white makes me think this is more of some kind of like elemental. There's a lot of like mixed metaphors in here. I'm not really sure what's going on with this dog. Kind of weird. This happened to me 40 minutes ago. I'm spooked. Any advice? I go to school in Buffalo, New York, founded in 1870. Well, there's your problem right there. I was just in a building called Old Main Studying on the 3rd floor because library closed at 12 and I have a math quiz tomorrow. I really had to piss. So I went to the bathroom, obviously no one around. It was 1:50 a.m. So I get to the bathroom, I started pissing, and there was 3 knocks on the door. I was like, okay, maybe a janitor. So I screamed, hey! No one responded, so I stopped halfway through my piss, opening the door, and there was no one. My stomach fucking dropped, so I started speed walking back to the common area to grab my shit. As I was halfway down the hallway, another 3 knocks, right from the bathroom. I grabbed my shit and basically ran down the stairs. Never had anything like this happen to me. I'm honestly low-key fucked up right now. Any ideas or advice? I'm gonna go back tomorrow after class to make sure it wasn't the door. I'll let you know. I, first of all, absolutely believe this happened. I have been in a lot of haunted campuses. It is very common. Colleges, in particular, tend to get haunted pretty quick, but especially old ones. So that's not surprising. Now, in the comments, this was something I wanted to address. In the comments, a lot of people were talking about how it had to have been demonic because I knocked 3 times, and in some paranormal literature, the 3 is considered to be like a unholy thing. It's mocking the Holy Trinity, and so you obviously go to demonic from there. I don't agree with this, and let me tell you why. Christianity is not the oldest religion in the world. At least, it is not the first religion in the world. So, this idea that 3 mocks the Holy Trinity kind of assumes that everything in existence is Christian. But also, if you look at other things, other religions, and other cultures, 3 can mean a lot of things. In paganism, 3 is actually a very spiritual, like, good number. In numerology, the number 3 expresses creativity, self-expression, growth, all of these things that you would actually find in a college, specifically. Outside of, like, the actual symbology of it, it could literally just be the ghost is knocking to fuck with you, and that's how they knock. This could have very easily been a student just fucking with another student. Just one of them wasn't alive. You know, taken with a grain of salt, I could buy the story. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like it, leave a like. Leave a comment below. Let me know which story you like best and which one you, believe or don't believe, or if you believe any of them. I'm curious. Reddit is usually a shitstorm, but this was entertaining. I will see you next time. Bye!